So, good day, ma'am. So, I'm Angela Nakaya. So, here's my explanation of my binary search tree. So, first is package binary search tree. So, it's organized within the binary search tree package. And then import java.util.scanner. So, import the scanner class for user input. And then public class BST. The code is organized. I begins the definition of the BST binary search tree class. So here object item. So for this, so defines these three properties for each node in BST. So item, the value of the node. So left reference to the left child, and right reference to the right child. So here the public BST object item BST left and BST right. It's construct for creating a node with specified value for item left and right. So public BST object item, this item null is constructor for creating a node with specified item and default left and right values. So public static class BST menu begins the definition of nested BST menu class responsible for managing the menu-driven interaction with BST. So here, so private static scanner equals new scanner system.n. Private static BST3 equals new public static class BST menu BST. It declares a static scanner for user input in a static BST object to represent the tree. So public void run defines the run method, so the main entry point for the program. So while true initiates an infinite loop for the menu-driven interaction. So object option equals get option calls get option method to get the user's menu option. And then switch string option begins a switch statement based on the user's menu option. So the case 1 build BST break calls the build BST method to construct the BST. So the case 2 search item break calls the search item method to search for an item in the BST. And then case 3 delete item break calls the delete item method to delete an item from the BST. So case 4 display BST break 8 calls the display BST method to show different traversals and properties of BST. And then case 5 system.out.println exiting the program system.exit 0 exits the program if the user selects option 5. And then default system.out.println invalid ends the switch statement in the while loop. So here private object get option object option defines the get option method to retrieve and validate the user's menu option. And then object option declare a variable to store the user's menu option. And then while true initiates an infinite loop to repeatedly prompt the user for a valid option. And then here system.out.print enter one of the following options. This guy, it prints the menu option and prompts the user to enter an option. So dayon, string input equals scanner.next line dot trim reads the user input and trims leading or trailing white spaces. Then this if input is empty, input char is check if the input is not empty, a single character, and within the range value option. And then option input break Here in option input break else print n ends the loop and returns the valid option. So here return option, it defines the build BST method for constructing the BST. So here end item number equals 1. System.println enters the item to build the BST, type stop to stop. So initiates a counter and prompts the user to enter items. And then while true, initiates a loop to repeatedly get users input. And then system.out.print enter item plus item number. Trim is prompts the user use for an item and trims the input. And then if input equals ignore case stop break, it check if the users enter stop to exit the loop. And then here try and value integer parse and input. In this part, attempts to parse the input as an integer. If successful, inverts the value into the BST, handles invalid input with a catch block. So here in system.out.print and BSIT build successfully, print a success message for after constructing the BST. And then private void search item defines the search item method for searching an item in the BST. And then system print enter the search if tree is empty. So in system.out.print enter the item to search for, and int item equals scanner.next int, and then scanner.next line consume the new line character, prompts the user for an item to search and consumes the new line character. And then in this part, it checks if the BST contains the specified item. And there, in its private void delete item, this method is responsible for deleting an item from the binary search tree. It takes user input to specify the item to be deleted. If the item is found in the tree, it calls the delete node method to perform the deletion. So private BST delete node. So in this part, this is the actual deletion logic for a node in the BST. It recursively researches for the node with a specified K and handles different cases based on the number of children the node has. So in this part, private and mean value, this method finds the minimum value in BST used in the delete node method to find the in-order successor of a node with 2 children. So in this part, by private void display BST and non-leaf nodes here. So this method displays the various properties of the BST, including traversals, sum, largest, element, number of nodes, height, leaf nodes, and non-leaf nodes. So here in public BST, this is a default constructor for the BST class. And then this method inserts a new item into the BST. And then public BST. So this method inserts a new item onto BST. And then public and largest finds the largest element in the BST. So this method finds and returns the largest element in the BST. So public boolean check if the BST contains a specific item. BST contains a specific item. So and then public void pre-order. So kanina part sa post order. This method performs different traversals including pre-order, in-order, and post-order of the BST. And then this part, public boolean is empty. And here, height. This method provides various functionalities such as checking if the BST is empty, calculating the sum, performing level order traversal, printing leaf and non-leaf nodes, and checking if a node is a leaf, and counting nodes and calculating the height of the BST. So here, the last part, the public static void mainstream. This is the main method that creates an instance of BST menu and run its run method. So the BST menu class presumably contains a menu for interacting with the BST. That's all, ma'am. Thank you. So here's my result, ma'am. And then two. So you can see, ma'am, the result, the pre-order. So here's the in order, post order, level order, the sum, the largest, the number of nodes, the height, the left nodes, the non-left nodes.